Howdy there.
Hello.
Very cordial howdy and welcome to Everything Coptic. If you didn't join us last time, you missed out on a great video or videos. I have no idea. We are back on the couch with Dwade and Charlbanoub. And I have a question for you guys. I often get this from... Okay, so this is actually a real thought. I was thinking about this all morning. So remember in the book of Matthew in the Beatitudes, the Lord said, you remember in the law, it said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. And so, well, I tell you, someone strikes you on one cheek, turn the other. And it becomes this doctrine of turn the other cheek. And of course, when we're in junior high, we don't understand that doctrine. We think, oh, he hits me, so I need to hit him back. And if I don't, it shows I'm weak. Do you guys remember that soccer game? There was like that dude who headbutted the other guy in the chest. They interviewed him. Yeah. Oh. Well, they interviewed the guy. Hey, why did you headbutt him? He said something about my mom. Whoa. And if I didn't headbutt him, it would have shown that I agreed with him. We remember the playground. If I don't defend myself, if I don't fight, oh, he's such a wimp, he's such a weenie, whatever. He's so lame, and you don't want that to happen. Because then you lose your credibility. And I was thinking today, being much older, someone hits me, I'm turning the other cheek because I'm straight up calling the cops. It no longer has the same connotation. So then, and maybe it does, turning the other cheek. People still fight. But for the most part, we're civilized, peaceful people. I don't think turning the other cheek has the same sort of premise it used to. How has turn the other cheek developed in terms of, I think high schoolers even fight, maybe college, but maybe more mature college, young professional adults. How do we take that concept of turning the other cheek and how do we apply it there? Or rather, where are the cases that would require turning the other cheek?
What do you think? I'm not too sure. Because, I don't really have a lot of fights. I don't really get into fights. We fight all the time. Yeah, but we joke around. This isn't a matter of like a serious, argument or a serious situation. I don't really involve myself in anything like that. I kind of stay away from that.
I thought of a few scenarios of obviously, and I really want to make sure people understand that I don't mean, turning the other cheek doesn't have the same meaning. Still, if someone hits... Okay, so you were saying Antonys Approach. So two dudes came up to St. Anthony and how do we turn the other cheek? And he said, simply it's just offering peace. It's not important, this argument or this fight, whatever it is. What's more important is my peace, and I don't want to hurt you. So of course they don't like that. What if we can't do that? And he says, okay, then just walk away from them. What if I can't do that? Then, I don't know, cook them something. Do something nice for them. And what if I can't even do that? He's like, then I can't help you. If you won't even be nice to the person, it goes to the spirit of it. That there's lack of retribution.
I have a really close friend. He's one of my best friends, and he loves to argue. All he does is argue. Literally, he can argue about the littlest thing, and I could just sit there and just hear him argue. I pay him no mind more than half the time.
You're ignoring him.
I ignore him.
You think turning the other cheek is just when you get bored and you shift which hand your head is gonna rest in?
Because most arguments are useless in my eyes, unless if it involves someone's.
It never gets to a solution.
Life. If it comes to work, then there's a different battlefield. Work, I argue because I work with patients and residents and life in itself. So I argue when it comes to that. But when it comes to oh no, I want pizza or I want this or I'm cussing you or I'm cussing this, I just stand there and
You're above it all.
Yeah, I don't really...
You're above it all. Well, I thought of a few scenarios where you might be put in that situation. How do I respond? So the most basic one was one that we were talking about earlier. What if someone starts spreading rumors about me? Well, if someone starts gossiping about me, and maybe I feel like I have a personal vendetta. Oh man, D-Wade's spreading all these rumors about me, going around in the church, seeing all these untrue stuff. You know what? I need to discredit him. Because as long as he's a reliable source and I still respect him and people respect him, they're gonna be like, no, it's true what they say about Neil. D-Wade said it. D-Wade's a great guy. He's amazing. Maybe not so great at basketball, but great at other things.
You're not good at basketball.
Look, now you're spreading words that...
maybe I just spread a rumor. Maybe this is me having my retribution against you.
But it's not a rumor, though. He's not good at basketball. It's a fact.
We could run that.
It's a fact.
And then we could watch this.
It's a fact, though.
We could play the clip of us playing one-on-one.
Yeah, you want to?
If you're on your YouTube channel where you show other clips, we could.
I want want to do it for the viewers?
We can do it just for yourself.
You heard it here.
Put that on your channel, Doug.
Yeah.
Put that on your channel.
Put the link in the description.
Yeah, link in the description. I'll let you make your own commercial if you want. Okay, I think that's a scenario where you're tempted to not turn the other cheek, or it's a circumstance to demonstrate turning the other cheek. Another one I thought of is like, at work, someone could be up for a promotion. So when someone starts saying bad things, someone starts putting you down in front of the manager or the boss, so that way you don't get that promotion.
Or they even start accusing you of certain things.
Yeah, or let's say in school you have a group project and the other members of the group, for whatever reason, they're like, you know what, let's get this guy kicked out of our group, or let's make sure this guy fails. Just because like maybe you had a disagreement and they go to the professor and start saying all this stuff. Do you go to your boss and you start saying things about them? Do you go to the professor and you start doing this? At what point does turning the other cheek become letting people walk on you? At what point does it become stand up for yourself and protect your reputation and your dignity?
It happened with me recently, actually.
Oh, where?
I'm new, but I'm doing a really good job.
Hey,
and everyone is like, oh, who's this new kid on the block, right? And so they started, accusing me of certain things.
It's like they're really jealous.
Yeah, they're jealous and they're threatened, so they start accusing me. And I have this one person that I work with that just constantly tries to find something wrong with what I do, and I just let her do whatever she wants to do. She can accuse, she can, write reports, she can do this, she can do that. She even one time tried to frame me at one point, but
really?
I caught her, I caught her what she was,
her in the act.
I caught her and I caught what she was doing. So I stopped it and I showed my boss. I'm like, this is what's going on. We need to address.
Did your boss take those threats serious? Those criticisms seriously?
I don't know. At first, when I first got hired, me and my boss really had a good relationship. And then when the accusations started coming around, she was very hesitant. She was like, okay, let me pay more attention. But then when I showed her what this person is doing, my boss was like, okay, you're doing a great job. Just keep doing what you're doing. Don't worry about it. So like with me, I didn't fight back. I let that person just keep doing what that person was doing. And I just kept doing my job because that's all I need to focus on. I need to focus on my job, what I need to do on that day, and just be successful as much as I can.
Oh, that's a good point. You don't let those things bring you down.
I just try to not necessarily ignore it, but just not let it affect me. Mm-hmm. I have it in the back of my head. I have it. Oh, this person's out to get me.
You still did an action about it by talking to your boss about it.
Well, because I work with patients. I work with residents. So like I work with medicine. So there are certain things that I need to keep an eye out for. And that person was doing something with the medicine.
Oh, okay.
So I had to bring it up.
Of course.
Yeah,
and I was like, look, because this is what's going on.
That reminds me of a story. There was a monk, and while he was working, all the monks, they just hated their brother. And they're yelling at him, shouting at him, insulting him, calling him names. And one of the guys who's writing down the story, he sees this. And he looks at the monk to see his demeanor, see whether he's taking it, to see how he's reacting. The dude is just straight, like his face is a stone, doing his work, doesn't care. And this guy's flabbergasted, like how is he so calm? How is he so indifferent to the criticism of all these monks? So the author goes to the guy, he's like, dude, don't you hear what they're saying? Like, doesn't that affect you? Isn't that stopping you? How are you so peaceful? And he's just like, I don't let the barking of little dogs bother me. He was so above it that it didn't even mean anything to him. I think it's similar to the case that you're in. Yeah. It meant you knew that you had good work, and you knew that your boss would, or at least the best would come out of it.